Hi, all right. Shall we start? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Where is Avinash? Avinash is here. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rules of Procedure sessions of Vazir Youth Parliament 2021. Before I start, and I think almost become a ritual now in any session I conduct, I asked everyone to switch on their video cameras because I don't talk to a wall. I don't like to talk to a wall or just MBH, matlab, your initials. So it will be really convenient if we have this session as a conversation rather than having a monologue. And it will not be a monologue, trust me. Um, Now I see some familiar faces, so now they are familiar how the session goes on stuff like that. So before we start, let me ask. You have option of raising hands in the they have an option of raising hands in their reaction here. So just tell me that how many of you have already done a youth parliament before this, not an MUN, a youth parliament. These two are two different things, different powers, different. Uh, okay, okay, all right. Not a lot of them. I'm seeing. It's 5, 6 people. 2, 3 people so I know who have not raised hand but are have done. तो ठीक है मतलब. Anyway, hands down. We'll start with this. So okay. So if it's your first time with a youth parliament, let me please give you some disclaimers. We are going to have a session of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Indian legislation, Union legislature. So there is a different atmosphere and a different purpose altogether for conducting Rajya Sabha. Do not expect um, the decorum of a model UN. You will be offended. Your name, there will be name calling. And you don't have to be a snowflake about it. So the decorum and the standards of decorum quickly change in an Indian scenario. Of course, there are ways even where Indian people pay respect to each other, however rare that might be. But then, yes, it is expected for some decorum. So people who have done MUNs, please forget that there will be a moderated focus. A lot of well-respected people in the circuit adhere to model UN procedures in youth parliament, which is absolutely unacceptable because that does not teach you anything, right? So it's a learning experience of all of us, and we'll be going with the rules of procedures. Referring to the rules of procedures of Rajya Sabha, I have not shared any document, but after this session, I will be sharing one. I did not share it pehle because unnecessary questions come. I'm not accusing of anyone being nosy or something like that, but unnecessary. Once I have explained it, I'll share the document. So we are going to refer to what we call as the Red Book, okay, which is basically the rules of procedure and conduct business in the Council of States, 9th edition. It's available on the internet. It has been published by Rajya Sabha Secretariat, New Delhi. If you see it is published by IIMUN New Delhi, then please do not refer to that document. Strictly to Rajya Sabha Secretariat. Not taking digs at different MUNs. This will happen in this session, so be prepared. Now, so let me first brief you about the powers that this house collectively has and you as an individual members do have. You are not directly elected representatives of people. You are not even representatives of people at all. You are representatives of the state. The whole philosophy of having a Rajya Sabha. So if you see the Government of India Act 1935, the upper house was Lok Sabha or Council of People, and the lower house was Rajya Sabha, and the duties and powers changed. But then when we came as an independent nation after 1947 and we became a democratic republic, we thought that, okay, it's a union legislature. And union legislature, the basic principle of legislature or democracy is representation. Okay, so representation by numbers. So some people call it, not democracy. This is not the real soul of democracy. I don't know what in their mind goes, but the real soul of democracy is representation by numbers. So the first principle was there will be representation, and there will be holistic representation. What do we mean by a holistic representation? Not only will the people from different constituencies in the territories of India will be elected to a house, but also the people who represent the state governments, not the states. And I'll tell you specifically the reason behind. The state governments shall come to the House Council of States. Why state government? Because the state governments nominates the names of people who go to Rajya Sabha. Now, of course, it is unofficially nominated, but it's decided after the elections of the state legislative assembly that how many parties will have how many seats in Rajya Sabha. The fact that BJP was struggling, and I will be taking names, I will be taking, because it's a rules of procedure session, and I'm not expected to be unbiased here. So I'll be expressing my opinions, and I'll be giving plenty of examples. On the day of the session, I am expected to be the unbiased chairperson, which I will be. You don't have to be worried about it. So the BJP, if you remember, from 2015 to 2019, was at a crazy stint of winning states. Why? Because they had a tremendous majority in Lok Sabha, but they did not have sufficient numbers in the Rajya Sabha. Winning in different Rajya Sabha gave them the numbers required, especially Uttar Pradesh. That's why they value the Hmong there so much. So this is the reason why state governments have always been keen on sending their members to Rajya Sabha. Why? Because the government responsibility is divided into three parts. Please note that this will be a session which also will be touching parts of constitution. So if I am shifting to topics, please make sure that you have a concentrated mind or you will drift away. So why do state governments require to send their representatives to the central legislation? Because the power is not consolidated to the union legislature or union government alone. It is differentiated and divided between the union government, the state government, and there is a concurrent list. Even if there is a concurrent list, the residuary powers of making laws remains with the central government. So now if the state government is facing certain issues, if the states are facing certain difficulties in completing their tasks, then their right to raise voice to the union government, because union government in the structure of constitution is the stronger government and not the state government. So they shall have the voice, they shall have the power to raise voice to the union government, because the union government sits as the cabinet in the Rajya Sabha, as the government in the Rajya Sabha. So that was the philosophy of bringing in Rajya Sabha into picture. But they did not want the house, which is indirectly elected, majorly nominated also, to be in power greater than that of the house elected directly by the people. So they curtailed the powers of the upper house. Although they gave this designation of upper house, the reality is that it does not have any powers compared to the lower house. But then why is Rajya Sabha important? Because all the matters except financial matters have to be passed in Rajya Sabha also. All the committee reports have to be laid down before Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. You see different committees, National Committee of Backward Class, National Committee on SC, National Committee on SC, National Committee on Women. All the committees, which are, some of them are constitutional committees, some of them are not. all these committees in their respective statutes have a proviso stating that they shall annually present a report to the parliament. And what is parliament? Parliament is three entities: Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President of India. So they shall be reporting it to the parliament, which is collectively to Rajya Sabha also. So Rajya Sabha is also responsible to oversee different matters of national importance, and thus it is also an important entity. It is the only powers which are cultivated are in two aspects. First is financial matters, because financial matters, it is a deemed provision. What is the deemed provision? That if financial matter comes to the Rajya Sabha and in 14 days, if it's not passed or suggested or brought back, Lok Sabha, if it is brought back, then it's the other matter. It's suggested changes. But in 14 days, if it is passed or not passed, then the matter shall be deemed as passed. You cannot vote on money bills, and that's why some legislations were backdoor tagged as money bill by the Speaker of Lok Sabha and passed haphazardly through Rajya Sabha. There was a opposition. Now it's a matter of debate that whether these bills were money bills or non-money bills. Money bills are basically matters pertaining to the consolidated fund of India and the contingency fund of India. Also, there are two funds. Consolidated fund of India is basically the main bank account of the Union government. And the contingency fund in India, by the name suggests that if there arises any contingency, then the Union government shall have the powers to withdraw from this contingency account. So Rajya Sabha has its own status. Rajya Sabha's MPs are also called MPs. In Marathi or Hindi, they are called Khasdar or Vidhayak को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में मुझे पता नहीं. विधायक ही बोलते होंगे, because again it's the grammatical formation, but in Marathi at least they call it Khasdar. So they are again called MPs for the same respect. Privileges are the same in both the houses. That is where Rajya Sabha is placed right now. So till now, if there are any doubts, please ask. We'll go this session by session. कुछ होगा तो we'll have a doubt solving session. बीच में वो बाद में residuary doubt session नहीं रखना मुझे. So if anyone has any doubt, if Bianca and Avinash have to add anything to this, they can also add. So I mean, or we shall go ahead with the rules of procedure. I will be also covering a small part with respect to how to research for it. So again, that will be a part of our session today. Okay, seeing no doubts, we'll move on to the rules of procedure. Now, why does a house need rules? We are all, I mean, elected as a MP is a privilege in itself, and it is expected that every MP shall maintain decorum. But the problem is that the house or the sessions of parliament is not a regular session. It's a session divided into parts in an year. It is expected that parliament shall meet not less than 2 times a year, and the gap between these 2 times shall not be more than 6 months. So these are the different provisions of parliament, but it is expected that the parliament Rajya Sabha should meet. There is a debate whether Rajya Sabha should be a continuous body. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha should be a continuous lawmaking body which shall make India's legislative structure more dynamic. The people who oppose this idea say, and these are MPs of course, say that we have also our constituencies to attend. If we are elected by the people, it is our responsibility to go back to the people, to take holidays, to go back and converse with them, understand their problems, do our other duties as an MP and stuff like that. The funny part, although, is that even when there is a session which has immense holidays in between these sessions, even in those sessions, the attendance of MPs is extremely poor. So, if in a limited time, the MPs are not attending the sessions of Rajya Sabha, you can only imagine how vacant the halls and the houses of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha will be if this session is continued throughout the year. So again, not debating that, but what happens because of this structure of breakaway parliamentary session is that time becomes an asset. Everyone wants to speak, everyone at least wants to show that they spoke. There are two types of speakers in Rajya Sabha. One, or Indian Parliament, one who really speak, and second who speak to show that they have spoken. So now, I mean, any motive, any intent, good, bad, the fact is that not everyone gets the chance to speak because time is an asset. We have a limited time, limited number of days, a lot of topics to be discussed. I think if from when the BJP government has come to power from 2014, the functioning of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha has improved drastically. Attendance has improved drastically, and law making has also improved drastically. To this, the critics argue that because they function because they are not giving time to anyone. The fact is, if you see that the Lok Sabha's timetable, and there's a site called PRS, or you can go to Rajya Sabha TV also, their website. If you see that proportionally, all the parties have been allotted a significant number of time. Many parties, especially parties, regional parties like Shiva Sena, no offense to their prospective representatives in the Rajya Sabha, Shiva Sena, SPBSP, parties from Jharkhand, regional parties from South India, have had very poor participation, even when allotted significantly more time than they deserve. Why deserve? Why do I use this word deserve? Because time is always proportionally divided between the parties, and that is also going to happen in this session also. राज्य सभा में जिस पार्टी के जितने लोग हैं उन पार्टी को उतना टाइम दिया जाएगा. एंड नाउ इफ यू आर इंडिविजुअल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ अ पार्टी, then you shall get a minimum number allotted time, which shall be, I think, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, per every notice or per every resolution. So this rule shall be strictly followed in our session also, that there will be a time limit allotted to every discussion, which shall be then broken away between parties, and they will be allotted to parties. Now parties को yield करना है, use करना है, गाना गाना है, whatever they want to, they are free to do with it. Okay, so this is the crux of how Rajya Sabha functions. Now we're coming back to the rules, the requirement of rules. Even after doing so, time is an asset, and allotment of time should happen fairly and freely. The ruling dispensation should not be allowed to take advantage of their majority to grab all the time, right? Because the chairman is the vice president, who's also mostly appointed by the ruling dispensation. The speaker is 100% ruling dispensation. So there's a chance that this might happen. That's why the chairperson and the Lok Sabha speaker are bounded by something called as rules. And that is why there is a provision of point of order on the speaker or the chairman, that Mr. Speaker or Mr. Chairman, you are not abiding by the rules. And that is why we are pointing out a point of order on you. So we are also accountable if we do not follow these rules. But the fact is that we are the moderators and implementators of the rules in these houses. Enforcers, I don't know. If you see Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, is a very funny chairperson. We have been blessed for, I think, 2-3 years now. There have been a legacy of speakers in Lok Sabha. I personally liked the last Lok Sabha speaker. And there was a rumor spread by Mr. Shashi Tharoor of her death recently. But then again, that's it. Yes. So my personal favorite were two in Lok Sabha. One is Mr. Chatterjee. I don't remember his name. He was a little chubby and bald. He's from CPM. And second was, of course, Sumitra Mahajan. So, I mean, Somnath Chatterjee. Yes. Thank you. So Somnath Chatterjee is one of the best I have seen. Again, Sumitra Mahajan, one of the best. And Sumitra Mahajan was like a grandmother to all the MPs inside the Lok Sabha. Very soft, very understanding and caring. So yeah, again, so we are bound by rules. We are the implementators of the rules. We are the not really the enforcers of the rules, but we have to take care that everything is in order. What is in order? Now that is where we start with the session. The session of Rajya Sabha starts with legislative discussion only. We start with legislative discussion. Generally, Rajya Sabha session starts with a 0 hour. From 11 to 1, 11 to 12, we have a 0 hour. From 12 to 1, we have a question hour. That is exactly reversed in Lok Sabha. Why? The question is that if a minister has to answer in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha simultaneously, for example, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the big five, how will you do it? That's why 11 to 12 is kept for Rajya Sabha, where the Prime Minister or the main ministers can be in Lok Sabha, Lok Sabha answering questions from 11 to 12. And from 12 to 1 for question hour in Rajya Sabha, they can apply in Rajya Sabha. So that is why there exists this reverse provision that 11 to 12 for Rajya Sabha we will have a 0 hour, and 12 to 1, 12 to 1 will have a question hour in Rajya Sabha. So we'll start with a 0 hour. What is 0 hour? 0 hour is an invention of the Indian parliamentary brain, because it says that you can raise any matters of urgency in this 0 hour. Anyone can raise, and it will be a self-moderated session. What does it mean by self-moderated session? I won't be moderating it. The MPs have to decide among themselves how they're going to speak, who are they going to speak. If it's a ruckus, we are just going to sit and see. And none of this will be recorded or reported in the press. Right? So 0 hour MPs get a larger liberty to debate anything and everything they want to, which are matters of urgency. There are certain guidelines given in the document, if you see, but those guidelines are about admissibility. Because it's a self-moderated session, admissibility will apply only to words which are unparliamentary, nothing else, not the main nature of the matters. Okay, any questions on the 0 hour? All right. Yes, Abhas.
Yes, Aditya. So like जब हम लोग राज्यसभा में जब हम लोग का जो सिमुलेशन होगा उसमें जब हम लोग 0 आवर करेंगे तो क्या वो मोर और लेस फर्स्टली सेल्फ रेगुलेटरी होगा, और दूसरा अगर सेल्फ रेगुलेटरी होगा तो भी मतलब क्या कुछ ऐसी बाउंडेशन है हमारे ऊपर कि पर स्पीकर सिर्फ एक ही बार अपनी स्पीच दे सकता है 0 आवर के अंदर?
इट्स अ सेल्फ रेगुलेटेड सेशन. एक ही स्पीकर पूरा घंटा भी बोल सकता है. इट्स अपॉन द एमपीज टू डिसाइड. It's more fun when it's offline. Of course, it's more fun when it's offline. I mean, come on. So, but online में भी हो जाता है, अच्छा होता है. So yeah, it's a self-regulated session. The leaders of your party can decide. You can decide. You can rebel and say नहीं मेरे को बोलना ही है अभी. So it's all very self-regulatory. And yes, there's no limit on how much time you want to speak until
yeah. ऑल्सो भी ये जो इश्यूज रेज होंगे 0 आवर में मतलब कंपलसरी नहीं है, राइट? तो जो हमारा एजेंडा डिसाइडेड हो उसी से मतलब अगर मैं हमेशा चाहता हूं तो मैं 300 सवाल उठा सकता हूं.
Any matters of public urgency. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other doubts? All right. We'll move on to the question hour. Now, give me 1 second. I'll just open up the document which states about question hour. So this is what the rule book states about the question hour. It's chapter 7 of the rule book, Rajya Sabha. Unless the chairman otherwise directs, the question hour shall be from 12 noon to 1 p.m. This is the rule 38. Rule 38 से question hour के rules चालू होते हैं. Notice of questions, it's waived off. You don't have to do notice of questions. You have to just give questions in the Google documents 1 day prior. Okay. Form of notice of questions that will be sent to you by me only. Notice of admission of questions to ministers again waived off. Yes, Mr. Pradhan.
सर थैंक यू. बस यही पूछना था सर, अगर आप एक दिन पहले गूगल फॉर्म खोल रहे हैं फॉर द क्वेश्चंस टू बी रिकॉर्डेड, वुड इट नॉट बी हमारे लिए थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट फॉर द वंस इन द रूलिंग डिस्पेंसेशन, क्योंकि हमारे पास क्वेश्चंस आएंगे less than 24 hours before?
Yeah. You, sir, the ruling dispensation has an enormous secretariat to function with. They have all the secretaries, joint secretaries of departments, which they can take the help from. So I don't think
of course, sir.
Very eligible and deserving IAS and IPS officers at your disposal.
Yes,
so I don't
sir,
think it should be a difficult.
I agree, sir, but considering that limited hands, limited funds, especially in a model scenario, sir, can that at least be 12 hours? 12 से 18 घंटे at least दीजिए हाथ में, so that
we'll open the question hours in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Friday morning.
Yes, sir.
And we'll close it by Friday evening. Friday night तक तुमको questions पहुंच जाएंगे. Nupur. Yeah. So note this, whoever is the OC of my committee.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll take the help of Bianca here because she knows the procedure here. Bianca and one OC has to coordinate with the delegates, open the Google Forms in the morning, close them by the evening 6 p.m.
Tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow, Friday.
Okay.
Close them by 6, and that sheet, Google Sheet, has to be shared with all the delegates by 9 p.m. in the group, main group only. Okay.
Okay, I'll ask one of my house members to get in touch with Bianca.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anything more, Mr. Prime Minister?
Yes, sir. Unlike the real Prime Minister, sir, we sleep for 8 hours, sir. So, मतलब वो एक रहता है ना कि मतलब real Prime Minister can go about just bumping about not sleeping for enough. But sir, can this at least be थोड़ा सा preponed?
No. I was going to give it to you in the early morning. I think 6. Say I have come down to night 9. So I think that is fair.
Thank you, sir. So nice, sir.
So again. Rule 42 talks about the starred questions which are going to be allowed in this session. Only allowed in this session. A member who desires an oral answer to his question shall distinguish it by an asterisk, not a star. And if he does not distinguish it by an asterisk, the question shall be printed in the list of questions for written answers. So again, that is waived off the asterisk obligation, but it is by default all the questions will be star options. Now, limit of number of starred questions. Not more than one question distinguished by an asterisk by the same member shall be placed on the list of questions for oral answers on any one day. Again, so if a member can only ask one question, one starred question per day, again, that rule will be relaxed. Here, 2 to 3 questions will be allowed per person. Again, it depends on the scenario and the number of questions, whom it is addressed, what is the question, were the previous questions disallowed, and several factors. Now coming down to, yes, section, the rule 49, Abbas, then Prime Minister, yes.
Sir, I guess more than basis the question है, but still, sir का question के अंदर establishment की भी तरफ से जो MPs हैं वो भी का questions पूछ सकते हैं या government का यही दायित्व है कि उसे answers करें, मतलब उसे answer दें questions.
Abbas, I will address your question a little later. Yes, PM.
Yes, sir. Sir, 2 to 3 questions per day. Yeah, 2 to 3 questions
per member per day. Yes.
Per member per day.
Okay. Abbas, are you in the ruling dispensation?
हाँ sir.
Okay. Which direction does the responsibility flow?
Accountability to the house. आपको answers देने पड़ते
हैं.
हाँ जी sir.
Accountability by who? People
सर
with the
गवर्नमेंट को
mandate
भी
or people
हमें
without the
अकाउंटेबल
mandate?
रहना। हाँ जी सर।
Accountability by who? People with the mandate or people without the mandate?
जी सर, विद द मैन।
बस तो। And come to rule number 49. The chairman shall decide the admissibility. So I will have the powers by the rule book to decide on the admissibility of the questions. The quantums are admissibility, and there are 22 reasons why I can reject your questions. It's listed under rule number 47, conditions of admissibility of questions. So those, if the conditions are not met according to my interpretation of the rule book, then I can reject your questions and reject them for admissibility. So please go through these conditions before you frame and draft your questions. Now there are some times where ministers wish to answer them later or in a written format. That is also power vested to allow those questions in a written format, and the member has to take leave of the house to do so under rule 50 of the rule book, where it says chairman to decide if a question is to be answered orally or not. Again, the power limit number of questions for oral answers and written answers. The total number of questions to be included in the list of questions for oral and written answers for any one day shall be limited to 175, out of which 15 questions for oral answers. So again, that provision will be relaxed, but only to 20 questions. So I think 20 questions, I think 15 questions tak bhi nahi pahunch payenge. From my experience, what I know is we hardly reach to 10 to 12 questions per day. So yeah, again, it's a limit. I think I won't relax this rule. I'll keep this rule for non-relaxation. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
सर एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था, जस्ट इन केस 20 क्वेश्चंस exceed the 1 hour, then what happens to those questions? Say suppose 18 questions के होते होते 1 घंटा चला गया, for the remaining 2 questions, do they get transferred to the next day?
No, next day.
ठीक है
सर. Again, order of calling questions is decided by the chairperson, and withdrawal or postponement of questions, again a provision for which the member has to take leave of the house. Matlab permission. Leave is basically taking permissions. If you want to ask a question a little later, if you want to answer it a little later, something of that sort, again under the rule book, the provision is made. How mode of asking questions? Again, please pay attention to this. Mode of asking questions. Rule number 54. When the time for asking question arrives, the chairman shall call successively each member in whose name a question appears in the list of questions. The member so-called shall rise in his place, and unless he states that it is not his intention to ask questions standing in his name, he shall ask the questions by reference to its number in the list of questions. So he will not say, if I'm someone XYZ is asking questions, question number so and so. जो लिस्ट आपको 9 बजे शेयर की जाएगी, उस लिस्ट का जो नंबरिंग होगा, वही क्वेश्चन आपको रेफर करना है. I'll be also calling out number wise only, not name wise. Question number 3, question number 7. So you have to ask with that question only. Now, supplementary questions. Very anxious topic for seasoned debaters in the circuit. No discussion shall be permitted during the time for questions under Rule 38 in respect of any questions or of any answer given to a question. Any member, when called by chairman, may put a supplementary question for the purpose of further elucidating any matter of fact regarding which an answer has been given, provided that the chairman shall disallow any supplementary question if, in his opinion, it infringes the rule regarding the questions. So again, the supplementary question provision is only applicable if at all it does not infringe the conditions of the questions, if it's elucidating and stuff like that. Again, that's rule 54 and 56 of the rule book. I think that's all for question hour. This is how the question hour will proceed under the rule book of the Rajya Sabha. Any questions on the question hour? Please do not hesitate to ask questions. The worst question is a question not asked at all. Yes, Prarthana. Prarthana, yes. Hello. Please ask.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, can you repeat what you said for the supplementary questions? I didn't get you.
So under Rule 56 of the Rajya Sabha, supplementary questions on the main questions can only be allowed by my discretion. That is the summary of it. Yes, Abhas.
हाँ जी भैया, लेट्स सपोज कि आपका क्वेश्चन आवर चालू है और जो भी आपके क्वेश्चंस है वो मोस्टली या तो होम मिनिस्टर को या तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ही मिल रहे हैं, तो ऐसे सिनेरियो में अगर अरेंजमेंट के दूसरे मेंबर्स को कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं मिलता है तो हाउ वुड बी इंश्योर एज द सो कॉल्ड सीनियर मेंबर्स ऑफ द एस्टेब्लिशमेंट कि जो बाकी मेंबर्स ऑफ द एस्टेब्लिशमेंट है उनको भी मतलब इक्वली ही पार्टिसिपेशन का चांस मिले?
Okay. Now the rule of question hour is that minister of that portfolio or any member appointed by the minister to answer the question. Right? That is how the rule reads. So if the Prime Minister and the Home Minister collectively decide that they have to delegate some of the questions to some other members, they shall freely do so. Of their own dispensation again.
हाँ जी, और सर ऐसे सिनेरियो में तो हमको आपको प्रायर इन्फॉर्मेशन लेनी पड़ेगी कि हम लोग ये क्वेश्चंस को इस मेंबर को डेलीगेट कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स परमिशन नहीं, बट इन्फॉर्म तो करना पड़ेगा उसको.
जी, अंडरस्टूड.
Okay. Now going on to different discussions. There's a half an hour discussion. There's a short term discussion. There's a long term discussion, which is some legislative business, of course. So again, give me 1 minute. Okay. So now, when there's a short term discussion, usually the rule says that of any public importance and not a pre-decided agenda, right? So what we are going to do is we are not going to relax this law. On the other hand, we are going to go on page number 74, which talks about from chapter 11, which talks about resolutions. So the government and the opposition, the House collectively is going to send a resolution to the chairperson that we want to discuss this, and we have to, again, under Rule 164, the resolution can be split among different subtopics also. And I'll relax the rule to the extent that the subtopics, however, can be provided later. So the splitting should not and must not be in the beginning only. The splitting can be done later onward also. So there are discussions and things to be taken up. So a member other than a minister who wishes to move a resolution on a day allotted for private members' resolution shall give a notice to that effect of at least 2 days before the date of draw of lot. I think we have a pre-decided motion, so I don't think so. You need to have a 2-day notice. On the day, you have to give me a resolution. The Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition collectively can present the resolution to me. Resolution must state the agenda. ठीक है? And नीचे एक point करके लिखना है without prejudice. If the Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition can just note this, without prejudice, the proposing members reserve the right to split the resolution for discussion further. Without prejudice, the members proposing reserve the right to split the resolution for a discussion further. That means that, okay, we are proposing this resolution. What is the agenda? The agenda is efficacy of women protection laws. That will be the agenda of the resolution also. We'll be sending that resolution and we will be discussing on that resolution whole day, for whole 2 days. And we'll be splitting that discussion. The provisions are given, the rules are there. So you're not going to surpass any law by making it a matter of public urgency or something like that. We are just going by the mandated procedure. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Sir, could you just repeat that line? Without prejudice, the members?
Without prejudice, the members proposing the resolution.
Yes, sir.
Reserve the right.
Reserve the right.
To split the resolution. For
Yes, sir.
discussion further.
Thank you.
Okay. So once you add the agenda and then this line, all the notices which you will be sending me later, everyone, all the members who will be sending me notices for different discussion of subtopics shall be just splitting of this agenda. Agenda ko number bhi padega. So the notice will be notice to split agenda number 1, subtopic, so on and so and so. Proposal कौन है? Per speaker time देना है. That's it. Okay, because why per speaker time? Give me 1 minute. So time limit of speeches under Rule 161 is that no speech on resolution except with permission of chairperson shall exceed 15 minutes in duration, provided that the mover of a resolution, when moving the same, the minister concerned when speaking for the first time may speak for 30 minutes or such longer. The summary of this rule is that there is no upper limit of how much time the discussion on resolution should go on. We can stretch it to 2 days comfortably. That is how we do it. Okay. Has anyone had any difficulty so far? Because I am directly referring and interpreting the main rules. There is no reason to be ashamed that I have not understood these rules. If it was my first time, even I would have not understood. Okay? So agar kuch hoga, I'll explain it to you 10 more times. But please do not shy away from asking doubts. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Sir, clarification 1. Once the leader of the largest opposition party and we send in this the resolution. उसके बाद what would be the format of sending a notice? There is this आपने कहा था ना कि while splitting the resolution वो एक बार अगर आप verbatim बोल सकते.
Yeah, no, I'll send the notice का format directly on the group.
ठीक है सर वो तो पहला clarification था. दूसरा clarification ये है, whenever a person is going to send the notice and आप उसमें जब time limit, at least if I am going to send a notice and उसमें मैं time limit रखने वाला हूँ, is it going to be the time limit for the entirety of the discussion?
Entirety of the discussion.
With per speaker time या per party time? मतलब how?
नहीं, पर जो collectively time आएगा,
yes sir,
that will be split in 2 parties. There will be no per speaker time.
Okay sir.
The party has to decide how many speakers they want to spend for this discussion.
Okay sir, so this brings me to the third question. If we have the BJP and then the single largest opposition party being the Indian National Congress, and uske baad then we have these singular member parties, how will the time get divided?
Yeah, the time will get divided into first, we'll be splitting it and we'll be seeing what is the strength,
yes, sir.
Not in the house on the day, but the actual strength in the Rajya Sabha. That is how time gets divided.
Sir, एक बस उसमें issue था हमारे तरफ से.
Yeah.
In the real-time Rajya Sabha, BJP is in a resounding majority.
Yeah.
Whereas if hypothetically on Saturday the number of people from the opposition are not commensurate to the number of people who are there in Rajya Sabha, sir, extra time जा रहा है opposition की तरफ. to put it in perspective, sir.
Yeah, I got your point. I got your point.
तो
See,
सर आपसे बस रिक्वेस्ट ये है कि if you could divide the time based on the number of people who are present on the day.
no. So I'll tell you how it happens. Okay, the way I'll be seeing the fraction of how much time. I think 20 and 30 minutes will only be permitted as a discussion time. उसके ऊपर नहीं उसके नीचे नहीं, ठीक है? 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Now, the fraction will be decided. It will be a mandated fraction, the way I did it in the previous session. Now, whatever residue time remains,
जी.
we will be adding more time to it to accommodate these single party members.
Okay.
By giving them a minimum speaking time.
Okay. Okay.
So if let's say 30 minutes, BJP gets 10 minutes.
जी.
The other parties and the opposition major bloc parties get another 9, 7, 8 minutes.
Okay.
And then the residue time goes to 1.5 or 2 minutes per speaker for the single party members. You don't have to worry about the calculation. That will be done seamlessly by the secretariat.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Also, correcting you once more, INC has a leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha. That's not the case in Lok Sabha. One member are there.
Could be, sir.
Yeah. So yes. So that is now done. Yes, Rajya Sabha member. Yes, please, you have raised up.
Hello. Yes,
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, can you repeat the without prejudice wala part? I didn't get it. Like,
The
when do we
meaning
have
or
to use it?
the meaning or the verbatim?
Both actually. I didn't get when we have to use that and what is the use of
That has to be used only once, only in the beginning of the. Now I'll tell you what happens. How do we initiate discussions in Rajya Sabha? There are only three types of discussions which happen in Rajya Sabha. One is a legislative discussion, where the government or the private member has to propose a legislation. Then there's a discussion happening. Or if a legislation has come from Lok Sabha, then discussion happens. So there's a motion for that. Okay. Second is this half-an-hour discussion and short-term discussion. Short-term duration discussion. What are those for? Those are for public emergencies or something which has come up urgent. Okay. What is the third type of discussion which goes? Which is a pre-decided discussion, not on law, not on a particular law, right? So how do we initiate this discussion? We initiate this discussion by passing a resolution, a simple resolution in the Rajya Sabha. In the beginning only, setting that this is a resolution, we want to discuss this resolution about efficacy of women laws. But we can't, just discuss the agenda for the whole 2 days. We have to have subtopics of the agenda. Okay. How do we take out subtopics? By splitting the resolution. This is how we split the resolution into parts which are related to each other. So in the first resolution only, we don't do it. We reserve our right. The House collectively reserves their own right to split the resolution later onwards for subtopic discussions. Did you get the meaning? Yeah. Verbatim will be posted by the Prime Minister in the group, which I told him. Okay. Okay. Abbas, yes. Yes, Abbas, you're not audible. Okay, we'll move on once Abbas gets his audio back. So now, how do we initiate subtopics for discussion? You have to send a notice of which format will be given. उसमें आपका subtopic mention करना है. You have to mention your subtopic and the total time, which shall be either 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Okay, those notices. Now these notices of splitting resolution actually are not taken up to vote. They are taken up chronologically, and there's a heavy lobbying which goes on behind However, I feel if the majority or the opposition either side have the number, there is no trust vote in the Rajya Sabha, because even if the government is in minority, the government does not fall. Okay, so there can be a situation when the government is not in majority in Rajya Sabha, right? So there can be different coalitions formed and made, but the problem remains in such model simulations is that once a bloc knows that it has majority in the group, it passes all the resolutions it wants. And very sincerely and honestly, the members of the other bloc have just played a gamble to register themselves and get allotted in some topic. So, because as a result of matter of fate and luck, if a bloc gets majority, again, it's just sheer luck and sheer, the knowledge of the organizing committee to get allotments. I would not let the majority bloc to bulldoze the minority bloc. So that's why, as per the rules, I would not be allowing any votes on the notices. The notices will come chronologically, and I'll be accepting them chronologically, and we'll be discussing them chronologically and disposing them of chronologically. Now, how do you now the question will be, the next logical question will be, now there will be so many notices coming, right, from every block. Every member wants to get himself his notice to be read out, his notice to be discussed. Now that is a party politics. The party as a collectively can discuss among each other also, and other coalition parties also, that okay, this is a matter of importance, this has to be discussed, let's send this notice. So now that leaves you open to a massive chance of lobbying in each other, in party, outside the government. So on the day one, after massive lobbying on Friday, I can only receive 2 or 3 notices which are sufficient for the day. Okay. So then this flooding of notices does not happen. Did everyone understand what I just told right now? Once, for example, Mr. Avinash Tripathi here is the leader of opposition. Okay. And he wants to send his notice because he is also a delegate who wants to win the best parliamentarian award. So he wants his name to be there on the board. Now, what happens is, once I receive Avinash's notice, do I put it to vote? I don't. The notices of this resolution shall not be put on vote. For example, now there's someone, okay, there's Bianca, there's me, there's Nupur, and there's Avinash. Okay. And there's an ex-chairperson of Rajya Sabha. I send a notice at 7 a.m. in the morning. Nupur sends at 7:15. Avinash is having his heavy breakfast, so he sends at 8:30. And Bianca forgets and she sends at 11. So the chairperson now will be taking notices chronologically, jo pehle bheja wo. But again, I'll tell you, that will not be a fastest finger first contest. जो कौन पहले क्लिक करके भेज रहा है, 8 बजे से बाद में बोला तो 8 बजे, मतलब 7:59 को बैठेंगे और बाद में 8 बजे वो प्रेस करेंगे. You have to be very choosy, because there is not going to be voting. I am going to place a heavy, and Avinash से मैं बात करूंगा इसके बारे में, Avinash और Bianca से. We are going to collectively place a heavy marking scheme on the quality of motions and the political coalition behind the motions. Okay. Who is proposing and what is being proposed for discussion also will carry heavy marks. However you discuss it is a different scheme of marking. तो अगर frivolous, misleading or non-interesting motions हमने देखे, तो they will be marked not only less but also negatively. So keep in mind that the quality of the subtopics you discuss and you propose is up to the mark, because it's not going to be voting. So how do we control the anxiety and eagerness of both the dispensation to get their names on the board? People will be wary of sending bad notices. I want to have that. So that will be the case. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
थैंक यू सर. सर एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था. अगर रेजोल्यूशन हम क्वेश्चन आवर के बाद भेज रहे हैं, then how can we send a notice in the morning? क्योंकि it's a prerequisite for the resolution to be dropped in first notice. So
the first that I'm talking about the second day. ये जो सुबह नोटिसेस आते हैं ना.
अच्छा, ठीक है सर. तो सर
रेजोल्यूशन के बाद ही नोटिसेस चालू होंगे, पहले नहीं होंगे.
So sir, day 1 के लिए how do you choose the notices?
The ones which come to me after resolution is passed.
After resolution is passed, sir, उसमें फिर is there a time limit? मतलब मान लीजिए अगर resolution पास हो रहा है 1 बजे after lunch, then कब तक आपके पास notices आने चाहिए?
Then the window opens for notices until the resolution is concluded and passed.
Okay.
Passed मतलब देखो, you don't pass the resolution in the first place. You introduce the resolution.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है. You don't pass it. पूरा डिस्कशन होता है.
हाँ जी.
एक डॉक्यूमेंट भी बनता है because it's a resolution.
हाँ जी.
वो डॉक्यूमेंट पास होता है by majority or minority. That is when you call it passed. Now from the time frame you have introduced the motion resolution to the time limit where you have passed the motion, the window for notice will always be open.
Sir, एक बस क्लैरिफिकेशन नंबर 1, जैसे रेजोल्यूशन इंट्रोड्यूस हो रहा है वैसे ही नोटिसेस देने का मौका खुलता है, जैसे वो पास हो रहा है उसके बाद नोटिसेस देने का मौका खुलता है?
एक मिनट प्लीज पार्डन.
सर, what I was saying is जैसे रेजोल्यूशन इंट्रोड्यूस हो रहा है from then the furnishing of notices can happen, या जब वो पास हो रहा है उसके बाद से notices can start?
अरे पास होगा तो डे 2 पास कभी होता है? डे 2 इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद window opens at 1 p.m. in the afternoon of 19th June. You introduce the resolution. Then we discuss on the resolution. Correct. And on 28th June
ending the resolution. Correct, sir. So वो clarification 1 था. Secondly, will resolutions be considered to be a part of legislative business?
Part of the
legislative business?
Yeah, of course they are.
तो सर बस एक रिक्वेस्ट था on these regards. Can sir आप एक टाइम दे सकते हैं for giving a resolution? क्योंकि मैं आपको थोड़ा बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ दिक्कत क्या होगा. 1 बजे रेजोल्यूशन इंट्रोड्यूस किए, उसके बाद वो फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट हो जाएगा of who sends notice. तो वो थोड़ा सा इशू होगा. If you could please help or guide on that part.
Yeah, I'll guide on that part. Fair enough. So now, please, again, I'll just have a caution warning, and that's all I can give. Okay? That it's not a fastest fingers first कि किसका पहले आएगा. Please change your perspective to which notice, which subtopic will benefit the house the most and benefit the discussion of the most. As I have said, if I get, I'm sorry for the words, if I get and if I see a shitty motion, that will be definitely reflected in your mark sheet. Okay? And I think I am more than entitled and empowered to decide on what is a shitty motion and what is a shittier motion. Okay? तो वो होगा. तो please be aware कि मेरा ही नोटिस पहले जाना चाहिए. इससे भी तुम्हारा एम्बिशन होना चाहिए कि जो collectively decided notice है वो जाना चाहिए. And collectively decided also will carry marks. As I said, what is introduced and who all introduce them, not who all introduce the notice will carry some weightage in the marking scheme. Abhas, yes.
Yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes.
हाँ जी, पिछली बार थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क इशू आ गया था. सर यही मेरा एक सवाल है कि क्योंकि इस सत्र में आपके होम मिनिस्टर भी हैं, प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी हैं राज्यसभा के अंदर. नॉर्मली अगर आप देखो तो लीडर ऑफ हाउस राज्यसभा में थावरचंद गहलोत जी हैं. तो क्या इस समय भी इस सेशन में भी आप लीडर ऑफ हाउस थावरचंद गहलोत जी को ही मानेंगे या प्रधानमंत्री जी को मानेंगे?
लीडर ऑफ द हाउस रिमेन्स थावरचंद गहलोत. लीडर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट रिमेन्स द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. And who decides the leader of the house?
Understood.
Mr. Chaturvedi.
सर इसलिए मैं अभी टाउन हुआ।
So you see the precedence, who sits on the top and who sits below. Of course, the leader of the government who is always the foremost than leader of the house. Leader of the house, why is appointed leader of the house? He represents the government there collectively in one authority. But when head of the government is there, of course, the head of the government will get the precedence. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, sir. So, two questions there. First, what's the maximum number of people who can have their name in the notice?
It depends on any number of time until unless you don't exhaust the party time which has been allotted to you.
नहीं सर, एक नोटिस जब मैं भेजूंगा, if I am sending, जैसे आपने कहा that a notice can carry more than one name of the people who are furnishing the notice.
Yeah.
So how many people at max can be there?
I am telling you that notice has to be sent by one person. उसका नाम undersigned only one.
Okay.
But how that person in lobbying sessions collectively garners support of other people and convincing will carry weightage.
Correct, sir. Sir, question one more. The second question I have is for all the notices which cannot be addressed in day one legislative business. Do they get carried forward to day two या day two के लिए फिर सुबह 8 बजे के बाद?
I think we will decide it on day one. I have the discussion on that actually. So allowance and disallowance is my discussion. So seeing on the quality and people who are proposing the whole thing, I think I'll take the call on the day one. So please remind me that so we can have the discussion. So now going on to the notices, the speeches part. So now every party shall get its own. Yes, Abbas.
Nothing, sir. I just wanted to ask about the structure of the notices. I feel that you will address it now.
Yes, I'll send a notice structure on the WhatsApp group. Now, how does the discussion happen? The discussion happens that you will get an allotted party time in which you have to speak. The party leaders and you all can collectively decide. A person who is by virtue party leader gets a say, but he's not the authority. You can always convince him. You can always, pressurize him and say, "Nahi, I have to speak. Even I am good." Whatever that is your skill. That is all lobbying. So as you are seeing right now, there's a heavy part of lobbying involved, and that's why I said that offline things were better because you could see lobbying happening. Abhi sab end-to-end encryption में चल रहा तो समझ नहीं आता कि lobbying is going on in which and what direction. Okay, so that is one thing. Speeches happen one after the other. Every party is given chance. Like BJP, one person from BJP speak, then Congress, then the opposition party, government, opposition party, and the non-government, non-opposition parties. Then again the government. So ऐसा ही cycle चलता रहता है, and we have timers at our disposal कि every party का कितना time रह गया है. Now the skill is that if your party has 7-8 minutes and पहले 2 member ही 5 minute खा गए, and you have 7-8 people more to yet to speak, then it's your party's decision whether they should be given a precedence in the next notices or not. Again, that is a skill of discussion, negotiation. Okay, that is how the business shall run. Speeches will happen one after the other. In the end, there shall be a document resolution proposed by the government or the opposition or दोनों मिला के collectively, noting all the points which has been discussed, which has been proposed, which have been suggested. There can be multiple resolutions because introduction हुआ है agenda का, जो document बाहर आता है वो एक ही होगा but वो पास बाद में होगा. ठीक है, तो वैसे करेंगे कि union मतलब we expect again collectively आ जाए, but the government, the third, there can be different coalitions के different resolutions. Multiple resolutions can also be passed because we have split the resolutions. When we have already split the resolutions, multiple resolutions could be passed, but the maximum number, and because to keep the spirit of competition alive, okay, the maximum number of resolutions which I am going to allow to be passed from this house is 2. Okay, so only maximum 2 resolutions only can be passed. Just because अगर मैं बोलूंगा कि unlimited resolutions can be passed in this house, there will be no negotiations. So हर एक member खुद का एक बनाएगा. ठीक है? So only 2 resolutions could be passed from this. ये in the end वो कैसे pass होगा on the day भी बहुत procedures समझाएंगे. उसका don't worry if you have not understood this at this point of time. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, sir. Sir, these resolutions, if 2 in number, when they get passed, are they considered to have the mandate or the backing of the entire house?
No, first of all, they don't have a mandate. It's just a resolution.
So, but the resolution, the end game kya hai? What does this resolution give rise to?
You introduce a resolution, you pass a resolution, you complete the process.
But is this resolution like the formal paperwork of the house? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So, even if I would have voted against a resolution, it would still be said that implicitly I've given. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it will be a matter of record, 100%. Okay. So, yeah, that will be all from my side of the rules of procedures. Points and privileges, okay, will be explained on the day. मैं सिर्फ रेफरेंस देता हूं कहां क्या पढ़ना है. Rule number 187 onwards in the rule book. Rule number 187 onwards in the rule book, we have talked about privileges. ठीक है, वो थोड़ा पढ़ के लो. I am not explaining it right now because I think we have already had 1 hour 15 minutes per session. It's too heavy for the first timers. We are going to even revise the ROPs on Saturday and then start the session anyway. Okay. So I think Nupur, what is the starting time on Saturday? What is the itinerary?
We'll be posting the schedule and everything tomorrow.
But unofficially, what is like
The opening ceremony will start at 9 and the sessions will begin after 10 a.m.
तो ठीक है, 10 to 11 will have a ROP session revision and 11 से 0 hour, 12 question hour, 1 lunch, 2 से legislative business, 6 will conclude every day. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, sir. So 2 questions. First, if someone is being factually incorrect, would that be a point or a privilege? Breach of privilege?
So that will be the breach of privilege.
Thank you. So, sir,
again, let me correct you in 2 aspects here. It falls generally in both the rules in different conditions. Let me not confuse you with this, but let me give you a brief idea about it. Now, if I record something unparliamentary,
yes, sir,
that is violation of rules on my part, that I have not asked it to be striked out. So a point of order on me can be raised.
Correct.
And a point of order in a Rajya Sabha can only be raised on a chairperson and not the member.
Correct.
Okay? Breach of privilege is that you have been given privilege as a member of parliament to speak your heart out. But if you misuse this right, the House shall have a procedure to issue a notice to you that you have breached a privilege. Explain why. Okay. A motion to breach of privilege is when the person breaks the privilege he or she has, and a point of order on the same issue is raised when I have recorded something factually inaccurate or parliamentary, I mean something unparliamentary. However, right now we don't have the instant fact checking system as the parliament does. We are not that well equipped and well updated.
Correct.
Okay. So I will be allowing breach of privilege to notify the house that there has been a breach and why.
Okay, sir. Sir, एक request.
However, if in two conditions, if I find that the breach or the reasoning of the breach and the adjudication of the breach is taking long,
Yes, sir.
I will be asking it to be sent on written.
Okay. Okay.
And if I think it's frivolous, I'll throw it out.
Agreed. So, sir, the breach of parliamentary privilege can be oral. In first instance, it can be oral. अगर लंबा ले रहा है, then via chat.
हाँ, मतलब I will listen to it. What is it and how is it and how valid is it? That's the first year. Is it frivolous or not?
Yes,
That's
sir.
the first question.
Agreed.
If it's not frivolous, can it be instantly resolved?
Yes, sir.
If yes, then I will be taking it on record directly, interrupting whatever is going on. If it is taking too long, after I primarily hear both the sides, I'll ask the later submissions to be made written.
Okay, sir. So that's the first question. The second question I have is, can whips be appointed?
No. Why do you want whips?
Sir, for substantive voting?
For this sound. बाकी कुछ work ही नहीं है whips का.
Yeah, sir. बहुत humorous mode में बात. पर मैं genuinely पूछ रहा हूँ क्योंकि जैसे मतलब कुछ conferences में unfortunately I have witnessed where my minister of information and broadcasting went a balls. तो उसमें अगर एक whip रहता है so it'll come handy.
It's an arbitrary power given to one person unnecessary.
मतलब obviously whip is appointed by the party, sir, with the recommendation of certain senior party members, but appointed by the party. No,
it's an arbitrary power, and it's unnecessary, seeing that we don't have a legislative business. Like law passing.
Correct. Okay, sir, I agree. Thank you.
All right. Any questions further? Because I'll be stopping here. I will not be addressing any questions on WhatsApp. Let me tell you this straight away. Oh, afterthoughts मैं नहीं लेता because currently I'm working somewhere, and today all the sessions have had. Every session has happened at 6 p.m. Only this session happened at 8:15 because I was not available at that point of time. Okay? So I'm sorry, but I don't have the luxury of solving your afterthoughts. So if you have anything right now, please ask right away. Yes. Please ask. Sri P. Wilson, BMP.
Hello, sir. Sir, actually my first time. So I had a basic question. Sir, could you just once explain how will the lobbying sessions be? Like, how will it happen?
So lobbying can happen anywhere, anytime, in any method, manner chosen by the person who wants to lobby. There will be no sessions as such. I think they can create WhatsApp groups, not private, and you can lobby. You can have an open communication. Okay. I won't be actively participating in private party WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
As an exception to some chairpersons.
I had to switch on my camera just for this.
Yeah, people who can get this joke are very lucky to see a very experienced chairperson do this. Self-appointed experience. Anyway. Chalo. Any more questions for me in this session? All right. Seeing none, I think Nupur, we can conclude the session for today. All right. Good. Okay. So everyone can leave, Nupur?
Yes. If everything's done.
Any announcements?
No. Everything was done before that.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister.
Just a request from the president and from you as well. If you could have this group for just 5 more minutes, like just talk amongst each other. 5-10 minutes.
Oh, this. Okay. Avinash, Bianca, do you have to say anything to these members? Please open. अरे नहीं मतलब I'm actively asking कुछ if you want to add anything to कुछ रह गया हो तो please do add. Okay. ठीक है. We will be muting ourselves and switching our video off. तुमको डिस्कस करना है कर लो. We won't be actively participating. Okay. Sorry.
Hi.